can you explain to me this babysitter situation that you have on your farm? I've never heard of anything like that. So like your kids don't go to school, they stay home?
So yeah, so we have
It's really complicated.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
No.
Okay.
No, okay. So in the summer months, we just hire a babysitter. So and we always have since Iris was born our first CSA year, and she was like
in July.
In July. That was totally on purpose. So we have hired a full-time babysitter to come, and like I said, that is like our best paid employee for a long time, because we would never be able to do a good job. I've told so many women this, and men who will listen, that like it is not reasonable to think you can work a full-time job with a child with you. Like that is that is an unrealistic expectation for women, and I think it's like not nice for anyone.
My dad still thinks that my wife could somehow work from home and take care of our almost 2-year-old.
Yeah. It's just mean.
While cooking and cleaning, I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And then my mom actually was the one, because I was just told I thought that was going to be my life, and I just felt like I was failing. And my mom was like, do doctors take their children to school with them? Do lawyers to work with them? Do lawyers like take their kids to the office with them? Does a waitress carry around kids on their back? Like, no, like, why do you think this is a reasonable thing to do? And I was like, oh, you're right. Like, maybe this is okay that I have a full-time job that already takes more than a full-time job usually. So we hired a babysitter, and that changed everything. And it was amazing, because I actually liked my kids at the end of the day, which was getting hard.
And having a good babysitter that keeps them active and engaged throughout the day. That's
why we pay her, and I'm like, right, I will give her anything she wants.
Yeah.
Anything she wants. She's amazing.
Yeah, 2 kidneys available.
Yeah. And then, then school comes around. We did send our oldest kid to school for a while, and then COVID happened, and we were like, this isn't working out for us, because we actually have really bad internet connection. You might be able to tell. Anyway,
it dropped once or twice. It wasn't that bad.
And it wasn't work. And also she was in first grade. I was like, we're not doing this online thing. So we hired a teacher together with another family. There's like a family nearby. They had 5 kids. Their like youngest 3 kids were sort of in the same age range as our kids. So then Iris, the younger one, was going into kindergarten. Yeah. And then Leona was going into 2nd grade. So we just combined them together and made our own little school. So they're on a dairy farm. The kids go there a couple of days a week, and they come here some of the days a week. And so they have it's homeschooling. Wisconsin has really loose homeschooling laws.
That's perfect.
And so that it worked out really great. So it's like, and they used to do school 3 days a week, and now they do 4. And yeah, it worked out really well for us. Next year, we're contemplating doing the public school thing again, but this has gone pretty well, and they like it. I don't know. So
that's awesome. I like that. That's really unique. That's very out of the box.
It might not be.
That was a pandemic response situation. I mean, it would have been a good idea in many ways anyway, but it was the pandemic that pushed us to think outside the box.
Right. Sure. I also think it might technically not be legal.
Right.
But if you're thinking
about
it,
the best part.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's the whole reason to do it. And kids learning. Right? So be it.
And you know what? It made a huge difference that like this other family was just really aligned with us. Like if I show up there and they have like, I have no idea where your kid is, probably jumping on the hay bales somewhere. I'm like, sweet, great. They'll be like totally tired out tonight. Not like there's machines out there. So we have a pretty loose parenting style.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The kind of like self-directed play, self-directed. Yeah. Just like, instead of, I'm definitely that type, and my wife is too. Like, instead of like, no, this is how you have to play with your blocks. Like, well, does that block fit also in this other toy, or does that toy fit in this box or whatever? And like, just let them figure it out on their own, instead of being so like, no, these are this group of toys and this group of toys. You cannot play with them together. That's insane. Or
and we're lucky that we live in a place that like it would be work to get into any trouble with the neighbors. Like we're pretty far from anything. So like from the time they were like probably 3 or 4, they kind of had the run of the farm. You know, they can go pretty much anywhere they want and not get in too much trouble. So
perfect.
That makes it fun. Another perk of being on a farm.
Right. Yeah. Lots of things to explore and get in trouble with.